Welcome to this awareness practice. Today we're going to practice using our breath as a tool to increase awareness of the body, to notice areas maybe where we feel blocked or stagnant, areas we're avoiding, noticing really where we are mismanaging our own energy and mismanaging how information has come into the body, and using our breath as a tool to sweep out the density, to clear the clutter. But let's start with some stretches. So you're going to hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit side to side. And take a big inhale, just a big belly breath, and a big exhale. And do that again, big breath. Two more times. One more, big breath. Hello body, hello breath. Let's take an easy twist. Right arm out, knees go over to the left. Make any adjustments you need to. Just take another breath. Relax your shoulders. You could turn your head to look the opposite way of your knees. One more breath, breathing into your lower back. Big exhale, let it go. We're going to bring the knees back to center, give them a hug. And take a big breath. Think about really expanding your abdomen, expanding through your ribs. And as you exhale through an imaginary straw and feel your belly button draw down towards the floor. So feel your core draw in and then lift your head and shoulders like you're trying to kiss your knees. Yeah, hold this position. You're kind of curling yourself up like a ball. You're going to inhale into your rib cage. Exhale, can you draw your belly button down towards the mat a little more? And then release your head and shoulders. Left arm out to your left side, knees go over to the right. And take a breath. Relax your shoulders, soften your face. It starts with awareness. It starts with creating the space. One more big inhale. And a big exhale. And then you're going to bring it back to center. Give your knees a hug. You're going to do the same thing we did before. So you're hugging your knees into your chest. You're going to take a big breath. Exhale. Think about your core muscles hugging down towards the lower back. And then you lift your head and shoulders. Now try to use more of your core, less of your arms. Breathe into the back and sides of the ribs. Exhale. Can you stay here? Draw your abs in. Maybe curl up a little higher. Relax your face. Let it be in the core. And then you're going to release your head and shoulders. Ooh. Release your knees. Put your feet on the floor. And just take a big, soft breath into your belly. And an easy exhale. And then you're going to take your right leg up to the sky and you're going to shake your right leg out. And a little bit of therapeutic tremoring. Shake it, shake it, shake it. If you feel like you need to hold the back of the right leg, you totally can. And then we're going to roll that right ankle around in a big circle. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Right, before we get into this deep breath work, Just taking a moment to stretch the body, get the tension out of the body. Reverse those ankle circles. Go the other way. And then shake that right leg out again. Shake it, shake it. And then bring that right leg down. Same thing with the left. You're going to take the left leg up. You're going to shake it out a little bit. And then you're going to roll your ankle around. Just getting to know all these different parts of the body. Greeting the body with an open heart, an open mind. Reverse your ankle circles, go the other way. Noticing how your body is right here in this moment. Not what it was last week or last year. Not what you think it might be tomorrow, but just right here, this moment. Shake it out again. Shake that left leg out. Now shake out any stories about this left leg, left hip. And then we're going to put that left foot down. Knees can be bent or legs can be straight. Just take a big breath. And a big exhale. So first, we come into awareness. Moving our bodies really helps us get present. Just feeling our body right here in this moment. Then we want to clear out any tension. Just right off the bat. Using again the movement and breath as a tool to soften any rough edges, smooth out any rough edges. And now we're going to connect with our breath in a deeper way, a more active way, to help us re-educate our cells. Because our cells hold memories. Okay, we talked about it earlier. The body is a motor. The body remembers. The body keeps score. But we can use the breath as a way to override the automatic, the habitual. And we're going to start slow today. This is going to be very beginner friendly. And I want to remind you that you are 100% in control. It's your breath, it's your body. You could take it as far as you want it to go. We're going to start with a gentle breath. I call it elevator breath, also known as 3-part diaphragmatic breathing. Again, you want to be comfortable. Legs straight, knees bent, doesn't really matter. Just make sure your spine is straight. So let's go ahead and exhale out all of our air. Exhale, 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 exhale. So we're going to start with the breath in the belly, down in the belly. You're going to inhale into your belly first. Like an elevator, the breath moves up through the ribs, then up into the chest. Let there be a little pause at the top. Exhale from the chest. Elevator's moving down through the ribs, all the way down into your belly. Use your ab muscles. Just gently hug the air out. You might even lift your pelvic floor. That's really the bottom floor. And we're going to do it again. We're going to soften. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. We're going to let there be a pause just for a moment, just exploring a pause. And then exhale from the chest, through the ribs. Let the breath move like an elevator, down into the belly. Use the core. Just gently hug the air out. Inhale. Lower level, that's the belly, that's the lower back. Mid-level, ribs. Top level, chest. Relax your shoulders. And then exhale from the chest, down through the ribs. Hug the air out. Use the core a little bit. Our abs are really, they're like a pump. They're going to help us here. Let's do that again. Inhale. Bottom floor, up through the middle, up into the top. And then exhale from the top, through the middle, all the way to the bottom. Do a few of those on your own. Just moving the breath like an elevator through your body. Our main muscles we use for breathing is one, our diaphragm, which is deep within the body. It's under the ribs. It's above our internal organs. 2, it's the muscles between the ribs. It's the intercostals. That's what we call them. 3, it's our abdominal muscles. So as you do this elevator breath, explore the movement of these muscles. Can you feel the muscles between your ribs? Can you feel your core? If the invitation is to stay present. To just notice how energy, how information has been downloaded into this vehicle that is your body. Remember, it's just breathing. You're in charge. Now we're going to tie in a little bit an affirmation. We talked about it earlier, root chakra, I am. So you're going to inhale, elevator breath, same breathing style. We're going to inhale in your head. You're saying, I am. And then as you exhale, you're going to pick a word. I am safe is a really nice place to start. Exhale. You're going to exhale that word. So again, reprogramming, re-educating ourselves on a cellular level by bringing mind and body together. So still elevator breath, right? We're feeling the elevator moving up. I am on the inhale. You pick a word. It could be any word. I am safe. I am capable. I am worthy. Inhale, I am. What are you? What are you choosing? As you embark on this spiritual journey, what are you choosing? I am strong. I am peaceful. I am present. I am here. Inhale, I am. Feel that elevator breath moving up the body. Let there be a little pause. Exhale, you choose. This is you going into the laboratory of your own inner world, of your body, and starting to play with different formulas. Inhale, I am. Feel that elevator of breath all the way up. You choose. Pick a word. It could change. It does not have to stay the same. I am relaxed. I am at ease. Let's reprogram ourselves with some new information. Remember, it's all just information. It's all energy. Let's just get a little more deliberate about how that energy, how that information is affecting how we feel. Inhale, I am. Notice how easily the mind starts to go into story time, right? Get distracted. Forget that, oh yeah, that's right, I was trying to practice breathing. Choosing something else. I choose something else. I get to choose. Just in this moment, I get to choose. All right, we're going to release that practice. Just let your breath return to a natural rhythm, whatever that is. If you feel like you need a stretch, maybe happy baby, maybe figure 4, maybe a butterfly, whatever it is. Maybe you just need to hug your knees into your chest again. But take a breath. As we invoke this thing that is our breathing process, right? We are affecting psychological, physical, mental, emotional change, spiritual change. Formless takes form within the body. It really is about learning how to regulate ourselves a little better and taking an agency for our own lives, agency for how we feel, for what we are creating. The breath is a great tool for that. And just remember, inhabiting your body in a friendly way. Love it up. Come back to love. If you're not sure where to go, just breathe in some love. Lots of vital energy. Breathe it in. Right? The heart is a wonderful place to always return to. All right, we're going to go into exercise, our second exercise, breathing exercise. And now we're going to explore breath holds. So it's going to be the same breath. It's going to be that elevator breath that we just practiced. But this time we're going to explore holding the breath at the top. Now you're going to hold the breath to whatever level you feel comfortably uncomfortable, let's say, right? So you're in charge. We don't want to strain. We're not trying to like grip. We want to kind of outer edges stay soft. But I want you to explore a hold at the top for whatever amount feels good. And then you're going to do a long exhale and you're going to explore a hold at the bottom. Okay, we're going to do the first few together just to get us in a rhythm. And then I'm going to let you be on your own. And you're going to explore holding the breath on your own. So just take an easy breath in and an easy breath out. Yeah, get your belly to move, get your ribs to move. Here we go. Elevator breath. Inhale, abdomen, ribs, chest. You're going to hold it. Hold it as long as you comfortably can. You're going to just hold it. Can you soften the outer layers? Let yourself be full. You might even sip in a little more air. And whenever you need to, you're going to exhale. Remember, we're not trying to strain. We're not trying to force anything. We're just exploring, allowing ourselves to be full. And then when you need to, you're going to exhale it all out. Exhale, exhale. You're going to exhale all the way to the bottom and hold it out at the bottom and sit in emptiness. And you're going to hold it out as long as you comfortably can. This is a good spot to just feel the deep core muscles, the pelvic floor muscles. You're in charge. You hold it out as long as you comfortably can, and then you're going to do it again. Now, you might find in between, you're like, hold on, I need to take a breath. That's okay. But whenever you're ready, try to return back to the breath, inhaling all the way to the top. Let there be a hold. And there's no right or wrong way, guys. You're just exploring your own depth here. What is it like to just sit with the inhale? And then what is it like to exhale your lungs completely? Remember, you have muscles in between your ribs, your intercostals. You could use them to hug the air out. The lung tissue is like a sponge. And the muscles between your ribs are going to help you kind of squeeze the sponge-like tissue that is your lungs. Now, if you've ever heard of VO2 max, like when you're getting tested for your breathing, we always test the exhale because you have more muscles that control your exhale. And as you hold that exhale out at the bottom, your tummy, your ribs, your chest, it might feel like a vacuum, right? And that's kind of how it feels. It's kind of like this vacuum sensation. But try to hold it out, soften outer edges. Again, this is happening on the inside. You're 100% in charge. Can you soften during the holds when you're holding your breath? Holding at the top, see if you can soften. And then hold at the bottom, see if you can soften. What do you want to believe about yourself? Earlier we talked about I am, and now I can. What do you want to believe about yourself? I can heal. I can do whatever I set my mind to. I can practice this breath work. It can be simple. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be some 360-degree transformation. It could just be right here in this moment. I can stay present. Elevate your body with an electrical charge of thought. What do you want to believe about yourself? Big inhale, hold at the top. Explore that fullness. Long exhale, and you hold at the bottom. Reinforce your body's ability to heal through your breath. Teach your body how to get better at delivering nutrition to your cells. And oftentimes, in order to do that, we have to clear out the clutter because our cells are holding on to these memories. They're holding on to this history. They're holding on to these stories. And so use your breath, sweep it out, sweep out those stories that are no longer serving you. What we're also doing here is we're teaching our nervous system how to get out of the sympathetic dominance, right? Sympathetic side of our nervous system is the go, go, go. It's the thinking. It's the problem solving. It's the doing. It's like foot on the gas pedal, moving forward. But when you learn to control your breath, you are tapping on the brake pedal. You're telling your nervous system, I don't want to be stuck in this sympathetic, because in that sympathetic dominance, inflammation increases, muscles tense, you feel pain in your body, more anxiety. We want to get out of all that. One more big breath. Unlock that inner medicine cabinet. Hold it at the top. Hold it. Notice when you hold it, there's this increased field of awareness. It's just energy, but now it's energy you have access to. All right, release control of the breath. Let it go. Woo. It's amazing what we can conjure up with some breathing, isn't it? Woo. All right, so I don't know about you, but when I do stuff like that, I gotta like shake my arms out. I gotta like stick my legs in the air, shake it out. Da 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 da. Take a big inhale. You're gonna let a big open mouth exhale out. Yeah, do that again. Maybe it's a different sound. Maybe you're like blowing bubbles with your lips. Sticking your tongue out. If you feel like you need a stretch, maybe hug your knees into your chest. Maybe you want to take your arms over your head and you go into a full body yawn. Now remember, if you need to come to seated, just be mindful. Try not to shoot up from laying on your back. Try to roll over to your side and then come up to seated. It's very jarring for the body to go from a supine laying flat position to shooting straight up. So if you need to come up, which is fine, you can come to seated. You can also do any of this breath work seated or in tabletop position. So please don't think that you are just stuck laying on your back. It's all information. It's all energy. The difference is we're learning how to get the information that's been stuck in our cells, releasing it. Because now you have access to it. Now you can be like, all right, whoo, that's not serving me. I'm going to let that go. You can reallocate that energy, reinvest that energy into something else. Right? Reallocate that energy that's once stuck, stagnant energy. Now bring it up, use it for mental clarity, use it for your creativity. Now, another really helpful quality to bring in as we do these practices is courage. Breathing some courage in. It's courage to really come into this feeling this alive, this courageous connection with self. How we doing? Everybody okay? Just wait for this next exercise. Okay, so don't be scared. Again, you're 100% in control. It's your breath. You get to choose how far you take it. You can come back to elevator breath. Easy, right? Remember the power of your exhale. A long exhale turns the parasympathetic nervous system on. It relaxes the whole body. So anytime you're just like, whoa, that was a lot, focus on the exhale, right? That's just your go-to all the time. So if you need to stretch, or maybe you're just laying there, just letting yourself thaw out even more. We cannot heal what we don't allow ourselves to feel. Remember, it's all just information. If you need a sip of water at any point, water can also help just kind of ground you back in. Long exhales. Our next breathing exercise, we're going to practice, we call it overbreathing. There's different names. We're going to kind of do a fusion. What I like to do, what I find to be very beginner friendly, a good like entry point into breathing practices like this. In the Hinduism yoga world, we call them Kapalabhati or Bhastrika, like these stimulating inner fire. It's also been called Tumo, if you know Wim Hof. He kind of takes a style from like Tibetan Buddhism called Tumo. Again, they call it inner fire breath. Also, there's another style, holotropic breathing is another way. So the whole point of these high ventilation breathwork practices is it's definitely not normal breathing. So let's just say that. But we can't change, we can't transform if we keep just doing the normal. So we're trying to override what our cells have been previously programmed, what has been previously downloaded into our cells. And it's really about learning to flip the switch on and off. And what we're going to do with overbreathing, we're definitely going to flip the switch on. And what you might feel, anxiety, you might start sweating, sometimes maybe ringing in the ears. Depends how far you want to take it. Again, you're 100% in charge. But the idea here is that usually our bodies get stuck in the on position. So we're going to turn on purpose by overbreathing. And then we're going to practice flipping the off switch by doing some long exhales and some breath holds. And we're going to do a couple rounds. Again, you're in charge. You can take this as far as you want. When we go a little further, sometimes people experience tetany. I know that's what I experience, where my hands will start to cramp. And all of this is, you're getting the stories out. Now you're creating friction internally on purpose so you don't have to experience the friction on the outside. Again, you can do this laying down. You can do this seated. You could stretch if you feel like you need to. All right. So we're going to start with more of a Tumo style. So the way this works, we're going to inhale belly, nice and big. Inhale chest. So inhale, inhale. And then a big open mouth exhale. Overbreathing. Inhale belly, inhale chest. And then you go, do that again. Inhale belly. Focus on the inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Do that again. Inhale belly, inhale chest. We want it to be pretty active. Exhale, you let it go. Inhale belly, inhale chest. And then exhale. And do it again. Inhale belly, inhale chest. Exhale, let it go. Do it again. Keep going. Inhale belly, inhale chest. Exhale, let it go. Inhale belly, inhale chest. We're focusing on those inhales. Exhale, let it go. Do it again. Building resilience. Reprogramming. You get to take this as far as you want. We got about 2 more minutes of breathing like this, and then we'll go into breath holds. You're in charge. Yes, we are increasing cortisol. We're increasing adrenaline. You're going to feel like, whoa, this is a lot. But that's the point, because we're going to teach ourselves how to come down after this, which is going to help us reprogram. Right? Next time that cortisol spikes and it's something that's out of our control, the difference is that right now you are in control. Inhale belly, inhale chest. Exhale, you let it go. Keep going. Inhale belly, inhale chest. Make as much noise as you want. Let this be noisy. Let this be big. Inhale belly, inhale chest. Exhale, let it go. You got 1 more minute. Practice putting effort into things that are difficult. Right? You have done harder things than this in your life. I know you have, and you've been just fine. Transformation's not possible if you're always doing the same thing. So navigate these explosive energies with care. Inhale belly, inhale chest, exhale, you let it go. You got 3 more like that. Lots of love, lots of love. Breathe it in. Keep going. 2 more. After this, we're going to teach our bodies how to recover. We're going to re-educate the cells. 1 more, 1 more. Now you're going to exhale out all your air. Exhale, 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 exhale. You're going to hold that exhale as long as you comfortably can. Empty. Empty out all that information that was previously downloaded that you just don't need. Whenever you need to, take a big inhale. Hold that inhale at the top. Notice at the top, it's like we call it a bliss bomb. It's just like, whoa, so much energy you now have access to. And then you'll take a long exhale. Exhale, hold it out. Hold it out as long as you comfortably can. And then you'll take another, just 1 more big inhale and hold at the top. And then you exhale it out. And we're just going to sit with this for a moment. If you need to stretch, if you need to move, that's okay. Right? Sometimes we need that somatic release. We need to oh my goodness. It's amazing what we can bring up just through our breath. Yeah. Big audible exhale is very helpful. Maybe even a shoo sound, S-H-O-O. Shoo it away. Shoo it away. You might feel nauseous. Normal. Shoo it away. 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 And getting out the blocked, stagnant energy that was once overwhelming our tissues. Exhale, long exhales. Right now, you're just breathing however you need to breathe, but a long, long exhale. Again, if you need to bring your knees into your chest, if you need to roll over to your side, I would suggest your left side. Don't worry, you're powerful enough to handle it. You're reframing how our nervous system, how our body reacts to things. So what we did is we initiated a stress response in our bodies on purpose, so that now we can reprogram. We can strengthen our ability to respond. Teach our cells that they don't have to react to the stress. They don't have to react to the chaos. It's all just information. Instead of it being a threat, it's just a cue. And now you got this tool that is your breath to help you regulate. To help you become a better steward of your own energy, which is your own power. Sometimes you got to cry, you got to let tears out. All right, we're going to do it again. Again, you're in charge. You can take it as far as you want. There's also different tools of your mouth versus your nose. It'll be a little less intense if you do it kind of through your nose, but you're still using your abdomen as a pump. It becomes a little more intense as you breathe through your mouth, because what you're doing is you're increasing the carbon dioxide, the amount of carbon dioxide in the body, and decreasing the oxygen, kind of hyperventilating, right? So you can kind of control that. You can change it too, right? Like nose, mouth. There's different schools of thought here, but I think you can play with whatever you want. You can take it as far as you want. Like they're your instruments. That's the whole point. Learn how to play your instruments. All right, let's do it again. So we're going to exhale out all of our air. You're going to take a big inhale. Inhale belly, inhale chest. And you exhale it out. The faster you go, the more intense it is. Inhale belly, inhale chest. We're going to do 5 minutes. You're in charge. Exhale, you let it go. Inhale belly, inhale chest. Exhale, you let it go. I'm learning how to confront everything that holds power over me. I'm coming face to face with it right here. Learning, teaching myself how to identify and sit with my fears, because I'm not going to let those fears hold power over me anymore. Because I know when I learn to sit with these fears, when I Confront them head on. It leads to a surge of wisdom. Use your belly, use your ribs. It's all just information. You're in charge. I call on my inner courage because I am devoted to learning what it feels like to feel more at home within myself. What it feels like to be my own healer, to take my health into my own hands. Stress does not control me. Anxiety does not control me. Fear does not control me anymore. I am done. I am melting down the heaviness. Sometimes you gotta have a meltdown. You gotta get rid of all that heaviness. Get rid of the heaviness of shame and blame and guilt and fear. Let the stories crumble. Everything I once know, I'm just letting it crumble. I'm devoted to finding a new kind of alignment. Alignment where I feel inspired and creative. Where my cells feel alive and awake. One more minute. You're in charge. I'm ready to feel the magic. I'm completely devoted to being my best self. Because I know when I'm in my best self, when I'm my strongest self, I can show up for others, show up for those I care about. I am a better caregiver when I am in my power. I can hold space for others when I am in my power. You are powerful enough to handle it. Let it go. Let it go. Release that breath. Exhale it all out. Going into some breath holds. You're going to exhale it out. Exhale it out. You're going to hold it out. Hold it out as long as you comfortably can. And when you need to, you'll sip in a big breath. You'll soften. You'll let it in. When there is discomfort in my experience, I look for meaning in it. I honor metamorphosis without interpreting it as failure. It's just change. Things are changing, and the unknown is scary. Big, long exhale. Focus on that exhale. Again, if you need to move, that can be very helpful, but just move slowly. Rolling wrists, ankles, bending the knees, doing slow windshield wipers with your knees side to side. Move slow. There is no rush. Long exhale. Move slow. If you're moving, slowly. Humming is very helpful too. Exhale and hum and let that exhale last as long as you can. Let it out. If you feel like you need to cry, let it out. Right? Your mind wants to like have stories and reasons why. It's not about why. Hum it out. Humming is great because it softens the muscles around the vagus nerve. If you need something, you can always wave a hand at me and I can come over. If there's something that you need me to get for you, if you need me to stand by you, hold your hand. Peace, my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace, my center, at the center of me. My heart is open. I'm aware. And I don't know it. Love, my heart is open. I am aware. In me the know. Big breaths. Long, long exhale. You've done harder things than this. Oh. My center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace. From my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel from my center, center of me. Let me feel center of me. My heart is open. I am aware. In me's a knowing of love, love, love. My heart is open. I am aware. In me's a knowing of love, love, love. My heart. Just soften, love it up. Lots of love, lots of care. Anybody want to do one more? I say one more. Usually we would do this type of breathing for about 30 minutes, nonstop. That's like the typical prescription, you could say. But I like to start with like little bursts like this. Just start to explore, start to conjure. And by learning how to, right, we're teaching ourselves how to recover quicker. And there's a lot of science to back this up. And to use this breathing technique to help people heal from PTSD. We're overriding the autonomic nervous system, the things that are automatic. Like what kind of hormones are being released by our endocrine glands, how our body's digesting food. As we teach our body how to recover, as we release the clutter, right? We're using the breath, sweeping out the density. Teaching our body how to stabilize. This improves our metabolic function, decreases anxiety, teaches our cells how to better absorb nutrition, how to deliver it throughout our bodies. All right. You're invited to do one more round. Again, you're in charge. You are in charge. We'll go for 8 minutes this time if you want. Here we go. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Big exhale. You let it go. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. You can also kind of microdose it, right? You could slow down. It doesn't have to be super fast. You can still pump your belly. Maybe the exhale's a little longer, right? You're in charge. Whew. You're unlocking an internal medicine cabinet here. You can make noise. That's very helpful. I release any fear of not belonging. I release all fears of not being good enough, not being worthy enough. I release any fears around making decisions. I'm done with that. I release any fears around not feeling supported, not being loved. Any fear about moving forward, of not being able to stand up on my own. I am committed to feeling really good in this body. You're in charge. I'm ready for some new information. Come on, you got this. What is left? Get down to the bottom of that well, that deep well, all those shadows. I'm tired of all the darkness holding over me, having power over me. I want access to that power. I'm ready to be my most creative self. I'm ready to feel inspired. I'm ready to really fully trust myself. Halfway there. You can always exit, come back in. I have the ability to transform. I get to choose what sticks around in my life and what I leave behind. I also get to choose how I react to things. I know I can't control what other people do, and that's not what this is about. This is not about anybody else. This is about me. I get to choose how I respond. I get to choose what boundaries I set up for myself. I am devoted to figuring out what boundaries work for me. I am devoted to carving out a path that feels aligned. Big inhale, big exhale. Get your belly to move. Get your ribs to move. 2 more minutes. Stay in it. Stay present. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, it's perfect. Just stay present. Stay present. Stay with the breath. Whatever breath you need right now, stay with it. It can be a slow breath. That's okay. Stay with it. Just breathe. I get to choose now how the information gets downloaded in my cells. I get to choose how energy gets downloaded into this body. I am sweeping out. Come on, I know you got more density. Sweep out that density. Anything that's left over in those cells, sweep it out. Clear it out. I get to choose what I program back into my cells. Every day my body's building new cells, and I'm tired of my body just building cells just out of things out of habit, things that I've practiced, things that traumas from the past. I'm done with that. I am reprogramming my cells. I get to choose what I put back in. I get to choose. I get to choose. I am taking control now. Not those past stories, not those memories, not the histories, not my lineage. I'm writing new stories. And as I write these new stories on the inside, this helps me better navigate all the things that are on the outside. It starts here. It starts here. I'm reteaching my body that it is safe on a visceral level. I'm reteaching my body that it is safe. Release the breath. Maybe with a big moving slowly if you need to move. What you're experiencing is a surge of wisdom. Audible exhales are very helpful. Let it come up through. We dug some stuff up out of that root chakra, that sacral chakra, that third Manipura chakra. I am, I can. Now it's I will. We move up through the heart. I choose love. Sometimes you gotta let it up through the throat. Let it out. Let it flow. It's not good or bad. It's not about right or wrong. Just let it out. Whatever it is. Lots of love. This courageous connection of being fully alive, fully present. No longer living just automatically, living in the habitual. Long exhales. Let's find some Brahmari breaths, Brahmari pranayam. So humming, that's just humming as you exhale. Long exhales, focusing on that exhale. Your vagus nerve is this nerve that comes out of your brain and runs down through your neck, down through your chest, all the way down into your abdomen. And it really is the super highway where our nervous system is talking to the internal organs. And when you hum like this, what you're doing is you're regulating the communication highway that is your vagus nerve. They call it toning the vagus nerve. That's another way to think about it. But just by humming, it is safe for me to feel. I am open to the emotional music. All of it. Oh. Couple more hums. Hum, yum, rum, lum, om. We're just going to let ourselves kind of digest that. You can continue with the hums. If you feel like you need to stretch, move slowly. If you want, you can come up to seated. Now is we just surrender. Sometimes it's helpful to give it up. Maybe give it up to God or Great Spirit, whatever it is. Just breathe. Surrender. I surrender. Soften wherever you can in this physical body. Soften, soften. All these feelings. This is just me healing. Soften. Let it flow through. It's like we go from the density of this physical matter, like ice melting into water. Now it's like water into vapor. We just surrender. Suave mata chapita suave ma suave ma bandu chaseka swameva swameva vidya dravina swameva swameva sarvam mama deva deva swameva mata chapita swavema swavema bandhu chaseka swavema swameva vidya dravina swavema swavema sarvam mama deva deva swavema Mata Chapita Wavema Wavema Bandhu Chaseka Wavema Wavema Vidya Dravina Wavema Wavema Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Mama Deva Deva. Gently feel the ground beneath you. Just all the parts of you that touch the ground. The support. Take another big breath, breathing in lots of love. Lots of love, lots of kindness, lots of care. Just starting to wiggle fingers and toes. Moving really slow. There's no rush. And if you feel like you just need to lay here for a second, that's okay too. And if you're ready to roll over to your whatever side, on your side is a good place. If you need to, also another, if you want to sit up and just close your eyes and sit for a moment, we're going to keep it quiet for just about another 5 minutes here. Whenever you're ready to slowly get up, you can. If you just want to lay here, that's okay too. I highly recommend maybe doing some stretching, some cats and cows. Drinking some water, please. After all that breathing, please drink lots of water. But just keeping this awareness, this mindfulness